What if I told you that chronic inflammation is not just about food? You can eat all the organic vegetables, you can cut out gluten and dairy and sugar and still be inflamed, chronically inflamed. That is because the real hidden cause for chronic inflammation goes way beyond the diet. It's actually in your mind. And most importantly, how you can start healing today. Stay with me because by the end of this video, I'm going to share with you practical ways you can start practicing right now on your own to rewire your mind and calm inflammation at the root. So the mind-body connection and inflammation, let's talk about that. Let's break this down for a moment. Most people think inflammation is purely a physical issue that is all about diet, toxins, and genetics. And while those do play a role in it for sure, the truth is that your thoughts, your emotions, and your subconscious patterns have just as much, if not more, of an impact on inflammation in your body. Now here's why. Your body is constantly responding to your thoughts, to your emotions through the nervous system. There is a part of your nervous system that is called the autonomic nervous system, which controls your fight or flight response, which I'm sure you heard about, and the state of rest and digest. This system is designed to protect you in dangerous situations. For example, if a lion was chasing you, your brain would signal stress hormones to the body like cortisol and adrenaline to start flooding your body. Your heart rate will go up, digestion slows down, and your immune system gets suppressed because right now survival is the priority for your body because it feels like there is a threat. But here's the problem. For many people, the stress response never turns off. You may not be running from a lion, but your brain perceives everyday stress like deadlines and financial worries, toxic relationships, or even childhood trauma that you haven't healed yet as a constant threat. Why? Because this is imprinted in your subconscious mind. And when this happens over and over, it creates a state of chronic inflammation in the body because it's a part of how your body responds to stress. It's part of the protection mechanism. So how anxiety, fear, and worry trigger and cause inflammation? Let's talk about that. Chronic stress leads to chronic inflammation. When you're constantly anxious, your body stays in a low-grade fight or flight mode. This leads to high cortisol levels in the body, which disrupt the immune function, your gut health as well, and it increases inflammatory markers. If you haven't noticed that stress makes your joint ache, your digestion worse, or maybe your skin breaks out, that is inflammation triggered by stress. Now let's talk about the role of the subconscious mind because that is where your stress and worry come from. 95% of your daily thoughts and behaviors come from your subconscious programming. We think that we choose every day. We think that we are the ones in charge, but the truth is most of what happens every day in life is actually a design of our past and the programming in the mind. Our subconscious doesn't only impact our thoughts and behaviors and results in our life, but it also impacts our biology, the human body. If deep down you've been conditioned to feel unsafe, unworthy, or always on edge for whatever reason, your body will respond by keeping inflammation on high alert. Protection all the time because there is danger. It believes there is danger. What you need to understand is that it is unrelated to the now. It's all a story remembered by your mind of the past. There have been events in your past, maybe even from a very young age, maybe stuff you don't remember, that were big for you at that time. They were meaningful. They came with a large emotional charge. Whatever you took away from that experience, if you didn't have the tools to deal with it at the time properly, it has been imprinted and programmed into your subconscious and your body remembers it too. And that is the program that is running now in the background and running now when you live your day-to-day life as an adult. The thoughts that are related to the past, the I'm unsafe or I'm in danger, all of this is triggering stress response regularly. And now here is the thing. Your brain and your body, they do not know the difference between a thought alone, a thought of the past, a thought about the potential future that may happen and may not. It doesn't know the difference between a thought alone to the reality. So even when there's no real danger, but you think about something that's related to the past, so I'm unsafe, I'm on edge, there is a reason to be worried, the body responds as if this event that is only here is happening right now. And it makes the changes that it does when there is a real stress to protect you. So now let's talk about why focusing only on diet will not help you heal chronic inflammation. You can eat the cleanest, most anti-inflammatory foods, but if you're still holding on to fear, stress, or emotional pain, your body will remain inflamed. And here's why. When you eat while you're stressed and the sympathetic nervous system is activated, your body doesn't fully digest or absorb nutrients. In that state, in fact, when your mind or body detects stress, in order to protect you from the stressor, whether just in your mind or in reality, some of the systems in your body are being put on hold. Why? Because the body wants to use all the energy that it has to saving you from the stressor. Stress is always a priority for the human body and mind. And one of those systems is your digestive system. So there is no focus on digestion in those moments. So over time, your gut becomes sluggish, inflammation increases in the gut, and your healing is basically blocked. And let me tell you this, almost every person that came to me to help them in reversing a chronic illness or chronic symptoms came after making all the best dietary changes, yet they were still sick. Diet is not enough. So how to reduce inflammation through mind-body healing? What can you do to rewire your mind and lower inflammation naturally? Because healing can happen naturally and with ease. I'll give you a few options. Number one, rewire the nervous system. You can use breath work, you can use meditation and cold exposure to shift out of fight or flight mode. The second, healing subconscious patterns and identifying and releasing old emotional wounds or limiting beliefs. All of this has to happen because this is the part that always runs in the background that make you enter the stress response even when you don't want to. It's not only impacting your health and inflammation, this is impacting all the things in your life that you're probably not happy about. Here, what I love using is different techniques to reprogram the subconscious mind. Personally, I do a lot of hypnotherapy when I help people heal. And if that's what you're working on, healing the body from a chronic disease, a chronic autoimmune disease, or maybe there's no diagnosis, but there's only chronic symptoms that you can tell that even the doctors don't find anything, you can tell your body is not working the way it's supposed to or used to, you may want to consider joining Mind to Body, my 3-month program for symptoms reversal and healing the body from chronic conditions. Number 3, emotional release and trauma healing. Stored or trapped low vibration emotions can lead to stored inflammation in your body. That means emotions with low frequency that your cells still remember and hold on to. Yes, cells have memory. And the low frequency of the emotions is reducing the frequency of your cells, causing them to malfunction over time. So for this, somatic work is really powerful to release, to make them leave the body. And last, you want to build a sense of safety in your body. Self-compassion, gratitude, and mindful movement all send signals of safety to the body that can help it in processing and turning off the inflammation. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I want to hear if you've noticed how stress affects your body. Let me know if to make more content about it. Now don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video on healing your body naturally, because yes, it's possible and you have the power to do so.